Can't see clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation? While the steps getting wasted, even though we feel the same. Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? set outside just for tonight. Yeah, it's been some time since I felt right, trying to get right out of my own head. It's been some time since I felt right, trying to get right out of my own head. Come for a ride with me. My mind has been killing me. You're the only one, but it always. Oh, maybe when I'm with you, I kinda miss you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator World Adventure stream here in the Diamond DA40, the little plane that could. This evening, we are doing leg number 69. Nice. We will be traveling from Punta Arenas to Puerto Natales. Custom flight plan is available in the Discord that has custom waypoints and will take us over the Torres de Paine National Park. Very good question, Bryn. Sensational question, actually. I'll give you an answer as soon as my mouth actually wants me to speak. Hello, VFR map. Come on, let's go. There we go. Sierra Charlie Charlie India there, Vruden, would be the code that you are looking for. And then the final destination, Vruden, is Sierra Charlie November Tango. However, we, just so you know, Vruden, we are heading out to these custom waypoints here over and then coming back in. So we're basically doing a square. So you may need to follow some of us on that one. But good day to everyone. Hope you are all doing well. Shout out to Wes, who's just finished up his DC6 Ring of Fire stream. I have dropped his channel in the chat. If you do enjoy DC6s and Rings of Fire, I highly recommend saying g'day over there on one of his streams. He does some fantastic stuff with that DC6 and really basically challenges everyone to do things that a DC6 shouldn't be able to do. So, yeah. But g'day to Blackadder, who says hello from Cardiff City Centre. G'day, Blackadder, mate. Welcome to the stream. Calling Pigeon says good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Calling Pigeon, mate. Pleasure to have you along as usual. And he also says it's a great intro. Thank you very much for the feedback there, Calling Pigeon. Very much appreciated. Black Evo says, g'day. G'day, Black Evo. How you going, mate? I won't give you too much of an introduction, seeing as we were literally speaking in Discord not 10 minutes ago. So, as you... Oh, hello? Frozen? No, there we go. We're back. We're back. All good. So, I've also dropped Oz Flight Simmer and Gammy Wombat's channels in the chat. If you haven't given either of those other two blokes some love, please give them some. You know, we're all very familiar with Oz Flight Simmer. He's finished. He's reached his 70,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to him yet, please do, because he's going to be doing something quite special for his 70,000 subs celebration stream. And the same with Gammy Wombat. If you haven't given him some love, he does some absolutely phenomenal montage scenery videos in very, very large widescreen. So I highly recommend his content as well. It will have you sort of glued for hours to the, you know, scenery and all that he flies over. Also say g'day to David Ross, who says, g'day legends. David, speak for yourself on that one, mate. And Mr. T is here with us. G'day, mate. Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here. Fozzie says, a yo yo yo. Fozzie, a yo 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 to you, bro. That was really cringy. Yeah. Inspector T69 says, hello everyone. Hello, Inspector. How are you going? Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here, mate. Hope you are doing well. Vruden, g'day, g'day. I know you were saying what's the ICAO code, but I'll just say g'day, g'day. Black Evo would like me to pound harder. Okay, fair enough. As you do. Jason Seath, no less. There we go, Jason Seath. New name for you, Jason says, hey ya, hey ya. Says I can't access the plan cause Xbox lol. Somebody has figured out a way to make plans accessible for Xbox. However, Jason, the best piece of information that I can give you is follow David Jacko. That's the best piece of information I can give you. Stu says, g'day all. G'day, Stu, mate. Welcome to the stream. Speaking of the devil, Mr. Burgerman, David Jacko is here with us this evening. G'day, David. Hope you are doing well there, mate. And Mr. Dan Random says, good evening, friends. I just missed the last stream, but thought I'd say hi here. Dan, mate. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, I don't know if that last bit was necessary, but we're going with it now because it has already occurred and I can't reverse. Well, actually, I can't. Never mind. I won't go down that path. So, the wind is occurring today. We have 17 knots, meaning that runway 30 is the active. So, runway 30, hello sim. There we go. Runway 30 is the one that's behind the building that I'm currently staring at. So we need to go out and down and around and up and around and out, basically. There's a lot of in and out and around and down and bits and, yeah. So whatever you do, make sure it doesn't get stuck. Right, so I've already started the plane to try and be a little bit more efficient. Yeah, that's the other thing I can do for you, Jace. Absolutely. We can give you, every time a turn is completed, we can give you a heading, and you can just follow that heading. And you know what they say, any type of head is good head. Let's just fly a plane, shall we? We'll start making our way down to runway 30. Go on spinning around. Also, this evening, cannot get my track IR to work. Sometimes it just does that. Load it up in the sim with the contraption on the head and it just keeps crashing. Not the sim, the track IR program itself. Very rare occurrence, but yeah, unfortunately we do not have a track IR working for this evening's stream. Probably means that there's something that needs to be updated or something that's about to be updated or whatever. That's when it usually occurs. So I'm not really stressed by this information. David Jago says, stuff flying the plane, I'm slewing it. Hey, David, you do you, bro. You do you. Or actually, you do you, boo. That sounds more inappropriate and like the kind of content that this stream needs. So I'm not going to go all the way down to the end of runway 30 because, well, GA aircraft doesn't need that much runway to attempt lift into sky. So I'm going to line her up and then going to let people jump on the runaway. Like so. Just wait for a few of the others to make their way over because we were extremely efficient this evening, which is not common. So I'll allow for a little bit of leeway, you know, just this time, ladies and gentlemen, just this time will I allow the leeway. I expect better next time though, okay? Only kidding, only kidding. I kid, I joke. Tanana says sometimes the fun is after getting stuck, getting back out. I mean, you know, sometimes you just need a hell of a lot of lube and some brute force, I guess. Oh, Mr. Inspector is already inspecting from up in the air. Although, according to Microsoft Flight Simulator, he's Inspector 69. Well, I guess it is Inspector T69. But it's because it's all in capital letters, it looks like Inspector. Glad to see everybody's going to the correct runway. Jason, when you are following the crowd, mate, make sure that you maintain social distancing at all times. You know, we don't want a COVID outbreak. I think David's trying to tell me to get a fucking move on. He's just sitting there revving his DA40 behind me like, come on, boy. Alright, I heard, I go. Oh god. I'm going to have a accident with Black Evo here. Oh no, we've managed to avoid that. Pilot skills here, ladies and gentlemen. You won't see this in real life. Well, hopefully you won't see that in real life. A whole bunch of planes all entering the runway from different directions and just going for it. That would be a little bit crazy. And honestly, I'd probably have a few phone numbers to call if I did see that happening in real life without approval. There was a mag check. Yeah, it may have also been a mag check, but knowing David, it may also have been a hurry the hell up, boy. I'm ready to go. Why aren't you? Both highly possible, I guess. Alright, so we need a little bit more loving in the engine. Like so. There we go. Get that speed ups. And then we shall retract the flaps. Hello, retract. There we go. We have a successful retraction. Now, I've set my altitude for 3,000. I don't know if that's good or not at this point. I really get that much information about the cloud layer, location and all that. So, I'm just going to roll with that, and if we end up getting too close to the cloud layer, I'll bring it back down. However, we do need to also keep in mind that we're probably going to be flying over mountains for a good portion of this flight, so probably going to have that to deal with as well. So I hope everyone's on their flying game this evening, and if you're not, well, I don't know. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Fantastic stuff there, Bruden. Ooh, Bruden, I love you. No, I'll try not to do too much singing on tonight's stream. I feel like it may be detrimental, not necessarily to the stream, just to everybody's hearing. And then you can technically sue me for hearing loss. And that's just a whole can of worms I don't want to end up opening, so... A successful retraction. What happens when you get unstuck? Talking about off-road vehicles now? Yeah, that's what I mean. Sure. That's what we were talking about. Off-road vehicles. Let's go with that, Tanana. Sounds good to me. Nobody will ever know the secrets. Oh, for God's sake, cloud layer already. Can you just bugger off? Like, we're only at no feet in the air, basically. Although the good news is that this low down, the air temperature is still in a positive degrees Celsius, so therefore there is a good chance, or a slightly better chance, that we won't get iced up, which is beneficial to the, you know, whole flying aircraft and all that. However, if you do have a pitot heat or anything like that, I, you know, do genuinely recommend this as a option. Brett Plays says 69, nice. Yes, it's nice. Very nice, Brett. Very nice. How much? 69, okay. Now, Fozzie Warbear has obviously decided to mix it up this evening. He's flying a 777-300 as opposed to a 777-200. I mean, we all know that he's basically in a relationship with the 777 and Becky Davies. Happy there's not high wind too. I mean, Tanana, there's 44 knots of crosswind where we are right now, so I wouldn't go as far to say that there's not high wind. Beluga on PC says, hello, Beluga mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. David Jacko says, God bless, and Fozzie says, bless your heart. Yes. Sure, let's go with it. The natives in Tierra del Fuego didn't wear clothes. It seems like a harsh life. Yeah, that is a little bit of a harsh life. I mean, we're not technically in Tierra del Fuego anymore. I don't think we're now in Punta Arenas, which I think is just outside Tierra del Fuego. Prepared to be told that I'm wrong on that. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Bread Place says, it's a very nice, it is. Yeah, so takeoff was only 17 knots, that's very right, Tanana. However, at 2,700 feet above the ground, the wind is 44 knots. So either somebody had a lot of beans for breakfast, or, you know, it's just windy. Chicago number 2, call it the Windy City. It's always quite funny to see a 777 flying at like 3,000 feet at the kind of speeds that these GA aircraft do. Fozzie, I don't know what you're doing with the controls in that thing, but I can only imagine it's sort of a little bit like this. Just continuously adjusting things to try and stop the damn thing from falling out of the sky. And if it isn't, well, it's some sort of magic. And we're going to have to do something about it. Yeah, exactly, Tanana. It's almost sort of like, you know, at an angle or an angel. Who's zooming past me there, I wonder? Oh, it's Dan Random. Hey. He's the man, he's Dan, and he is random. So he fits perfectly with these streams. What speeds do those planes go? Beluga, when you say those planes, do you mean the DA40 or do you mean the other planes that are being flown? But the DA40 does about, well, technically the DA40 only does about 115-ish knots cruise speed. However, I've been fanging it for basically this whole trip at about 130 knots or more. That may have to come down a little bit when we enter the Pacific Ocean and we actually have vast distances to cover. But for the moment, we're good. The DA40 and most other GA aircraft. So most GA aircraft you will find, Beluga, especially ones that are of the same size as the DA40. For example, Cessna 172, what's it called? Like a P-28 Arrow, Uni Bravo, you know, single engine, 4 seats aircraft, usually between 110 and 150 knots cruise speed. So if you want to be a more fast, you know, just sort of single engine GA aircraft, anywhere from 80 to 200. But that sort of, we're starting to get into the realms of, you know, like turbocharged 6-seater Beechcraft Bonanzas and all that as well when we refer to GA there. So I guess we would call this light GA aircraft. Light GA aircraft probably is a better term. I just want to make sure that we are heading in the right direction. Yes, we are. We are heading in the right direction. So, not too long into this flight, we should... Yeah, in fact, we're almost at the point where we're going to start flying over the... what do you even call it? The national park, I guess. That's, you know, seeing as that's what it's called, that's probably what I should call it. Oh, there you go. Tanano answered your question halfway through me explaining. So there you go. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm hoping this cloud just like lifts, just, you know, 500 feet or so. Just have an uplifting time, please. Like, I really like to see what's going to be below us soon, especially seeing as what I can sort of appear to see in the distance is mountains looming. And I don't really want to be doing mountains looming in this sort of cloud because that results in smasherooey into mountain, not ideal. Yep, certainly is pea soup right at the moment, Inspector T69. And it's not even green or yellow or salty. And it's also snowing. I can see snow coming through the moisture. So that's always good. However, it is still 2 degrees Celsius, so we're good, we're safe, we're alive, and we are well. However, the synthetic vision is giving me potential nightmares here with the fact that I can see the mountains in the distance. No pi in the middle. Oh, that's a shame. I always like myself a bit of 3.14 in the middle. Yes, salty yellow snow. Well, actually, pea soup. But, you know, pea soup could be as in green peas or could be salty yellow. Yeah. So Jason Heath says, so for future flight plans, where would I go to import it to Xbox rather than pre-inputting and saving the plan each time? Jason, that is a very, very good question. One that I am not qualified nor skilled to provide an answer on, because I do not play this sim on the Xbox. However, if Sean Atkins does drop into the chat, he might be able to point you in a better direction, because I think he's figured it out. Other than that, the best piece of advice I can give you is YouTube. Other than that, just keep doing what you're doing. Not very helpful, I know. So, did you need a heading? Like, you seem to be gumming along with us quite well, but did you just want me to pass you a heading just in case, so that you know, in case you get lost in the pea soup? Yeah, sorry, Jason, for being completely and utterly bloody useless, but, you know, you as somebody like yourself who's known me for so long, you should have come to expect that by now. You're on track? Okay, cool. No worries. Well, if you go off the tracks, off the rails, do let us know and we'll provide assistance. It's 11:30 PM. Why are we already yawning? You know, this doesn't usually occur for another 2 hours' time. I don't know what I was doing there. Just keep rolling. God, you can hear the wind just all the way around. I really need to get some idea of what sort of height this terrain that they're coming up on is. I'll be honest with you. Hello, little nav map. Do you want to work with me or against me here? Okay, whatever, that's cool. LNP won't Yeah. Won't give me the information I'm looking for. Oh, absolutely, David. This weather is just amazing. Cameron Carpenter says 2,000 to 3,000. As in altitude? Yeah. David says, so have you picked a Chilean meal to cook, Bryce? Aha. It's interesting that you asked me that. I have. So, we are going to be doing this next Saturday. We are going to be doing Chilean Ayico, Chilean Ayico, which is basically slow cooked grilled. Oh, sorry, let me try that again. It's not, well, it can be slow cooked, but it is grilled meat soup with chili, basically. So it's meat and onions and potatoes and garlic and capsicum and oregano and smoked chili peppers and chili and egg and parsley and a beef broth. And then you char grill the meat, and you put the char grilled meat into the soup so you get the smokiness from that as well. Tanana, we've already done Argentina. We made a, oh shit, what's it called? A bloody flippin', oh, I can't, I know what I made, like, I just can't remember the bloody name. Lomito, we made a lomito, which is an Argentinian steak sandwich. That's what we made. However, we are heading back into Argentina, into places like Cordoba and all that. So depending on how timing goes with all the streams, we may end up doing something else Argentinian. If not, I mean, you know, we've got a char-grilled meat soup coming up for Chile. Then we have Paraguay, and we have Bolivia, and we have Peru, and we have Ecuador, and we have the Galapagos Islands. And we have Colombia and Venezuela as well. So, I mean, plenty of chances for grilled, meaty goodness coming up there, Tanana. So, I'm almost tempted to remove this weather at this point. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit crap. It is, according to Little Nav Map, it's meant to improve greatly. However, right at this point, it's a bit soupy for my liking. And especially once we get over this small body of water here and get to the scenery. I'm not exactly sure that we... Inspector T69 says, I've not seen your cooking streams. How does it go down? So, basically what happens, Inspector, is usually a week before, I put the ingredients and the equipment that is required for the particular dish that we are cooking in the Cooking on the Fly section in the Discord. And then those of you who are interested in it can actually purchase those ingredients and make sure that you have that equipment. And when I cook on the stream, you can cook along with me. Or if you choose not to do that, basically what occurs is I come along, we get up in the air, we get to cruising altitude, we get on the flight plan. Then I usually have a setup behind me of stovetop and barbecue and pots and pans and just the whole kitchen setup basically going. And live on stream, I cook for you and teach you how to cook a dish. And that dish is usually related to the area that we are, or the country that we are flying over. So I try to cook one dish per country. And then all those dishes are put into one document in my Google, and then as time goes by, we will put those dishes into a cookbook for everyone to then have access to those dishes. So basically there will be a cookbook for each continent, if that makes sense. Now, we didn't do cooking on the fly in the Caribbean. However, I would be more than happy in my own time to go back and figure out dishes for each of the Caribbean locations that we went to and cook them at a different time, maybe in the Discord, maybe in a future Patreon or something, if that's a thing that happens sometime later on, if people would be interested in that. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to just accumulate the recipes together and put them in a book and sort of say, there you go, there's your Caribbean book, enjoy. This weather is getting worse, which is not ideal at all. Sounds awesome. It certainly can be. It needs some, what's the word I'm looking for? It needs some smoothing out. However, currently working on that behind the scenes. It may not be available for the cooking on the, well, it will be available on my behalf. The things that I promised for the previous cooking on the fly that were held up because they were coming with my steering wheel, those will be available for the next cooking on the fly. However, the further things that we're working on behind the scenes for cooking on the fly may not be available until cooking on the fly number 5, just simply because how under pressure all the global postage services are currently. Turner's saying, you said Papa was in your plans. I wonder what you've got planned for Alaskan dining. Atlantic farmed salmon will be a cop-out. It's so far in the future, Tanana, I haven't really thought that much about it, but I'm not into being a basic bitch, if that makes sense. So it will most definitely be something that's interesting and different. Jason, the new wheel is everything I could have hoped for and more. It really is quite cool. David says, if you guys want a little drink or two to complement your South American experience, please get some Chilean or Argentinian pisco. Yummo. Now, that's another question that I actually wanted to ask you, absolute legends. So, alongside cooking on the fly, this will increase the cost exponentially, but I'm absolutely 100% behind the idea if it is something that you guys would be very interested in seeing. Because I understand the potential for growth in the future, and this is a long-term investment on my behalf into turning cooking on the fly into something more, well-known kind of thing. And that is, would you like me to make cocktails or alcoholic beverages from the particular location that pair with the dish that we are creating? If so, I can do that. Yeah, 76 knot winds. Yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal at all. I'm actually, at this point, it's really quite frustrating. The fact that I can't see anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enact the weather machine, and we're going to change the weather so that we can actually enjoy the scenery, and then we'll revert back to live weather before landing time for realism's sake. That's more like it. See, this is what we couldn't see. Argentina, Tanana, is that what you get between your toes? Argentina? Yeah, absolutely, Black Evo. So even if I didn't put pairings, you know, even if I did only make cocktails or alcoholic beverages with the dishes, in the book there would be a much more in-depth, you know, it pairs well with this particular type of beer, it pairs well with this particular type of wine, pairs well with this particular type of spirit, or try it with this cocktail kind of thing would be for each dish, if that makes sense. And I mean, I would be even prepared to do a mocktail version of the cocktails in the book as well, so those who do not dabble in alcohol still have access to phenomenal mocktails or you know, juice style things or whatever that they can wrap their lips around. Yeah, David, it does look absolutely phenomenal around here now that we can actually see it. Blackadder says he's having a light lunch at Betty Hayes Island Snack Bar in Cardiff. Okay, I'm going to have a quick Google of that, Blackadder. Island Snack Bar in Cardiff. Island Snack Bar, Cardiff. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Got a 4.5 out of 5 on TripAdvisor there, Blackadder. It's a noodle bar, is it? Or has it got a noodle bar at it? That looks quite cool, mate. Yeah, no, don't worry, Blackadder. I kind of figured that out once I Googled it. Yep, Jason, not a bad idea at all. Beluga says, does anyone else wish when they got their first PC they actually knew what the parts mean? I did a lot of research before I got my first ever PC for that reason, Beluga. If you need any assistance whatsoever, mate, just drop into the Discord, pop it in one of the, you know, sort of channels that's all about whatever, wherever, however, and we will all be able to jump in and give you some guidance or general direction if that's what you're looking for. Rudin says, I ran across Vicky Davies in another stream and started giving her the bot test. And how did that go for you, Rudin? Tanana says, do you often cook over live firewood? Yes, so I have a smoker. And I tend to smoke meats. Usually only on special occasions, unfortunately, because of COVID. It makes it very expensive to smoke meats for my own personal enjoyment. It's very time consuming, very labor consuming, etc. But absolutely do a lot with smoked meats. I'm also looking at investing in a wood-fired pizza oven as well, because you can do so many things in a wood-fired pizza oven. And then I obviously also have the Weber charcoal grill as well. So I just noticed that William Kelly has subscribed to the channel. I don't know if I missed that. If I did, I do apologise, William. Thank you very much for the subscription. It is very, very greatly appreciated and brings us, I think, 6 people away from the magic 200 subscribers, which is quite mind-blowing for somebody who's been doing this for 4 months. I really can't thank all of you enough for the love and support that you provide. She failed? Oh, that's a shame, Bruden. Fozzie will be devastated. Yeah, cold smoking is quite a cool technique, actually, Tanana. I would love to do my own smoked fish or something. At some point, a couple of years ago, my dad had a little tiny cold smoker, and he used to, the trouts that he used to fish out of the freshwater rivers, he used to cold smoke them and then just give us the cold smoked trout in sandwiches and stuff. Oh, god damn. No worries, Beluga. Any questions you need, just pop them in the Discord, mate, and we can guide you in the right direction. William says, no worries, mate. Great to be here. You do some great streams. William, thank you so much, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to William. Show him some love. Make him feel welcome to the channel. Yeah, I can imagine it would be, Tanana. I can imagine it would be. Because you guys are basically the inventors of that kind of stuff. Jason says, still can't believe how I found you on here. Small world. Certainly is a small world, Jason. Technically, you didn't find me on here. You found Shane. And that resulted in finding me. Am I going to make this at 2,700 feet? Just. This part of the world needs a mesh upgrade. Some parts look fantastic, other parts are a bit, how's your mother, how's your father kind of thing. Oh, David. I don't even need Becky Davies in my streams. I've got David and Fozzie to fill the void for me with their bless you and all that. $3,600 works? Alright. That, just for safety purposes, we might elevate ourselves. Hello, altitude select thing. There we go. Ooh, it's getting a bit rough. However, the wind has died over the mountains, which is quite nice. William, this is Chile. This is Chile. But right on the Argentinian border. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say you're right there, Beluga. There would most definitely be updrafts from the mountains. Yep, absolutely spectacular. I just wish that, you know, we didn't have these weird patches of texturing. But nothing that probably can't be fixed by a bit of mesh love or whatever by some, you know, scenery creator people Yeah, mesh is a bit sparse. Agreed, Tanana, agreed. Let me just have a look on. Let us see, let us see, let us see. Is there any general scenery that is actually available for this part of the world? I don't think there is. Which is... that's a bit frustrating. No one's made any scenery or mesh or anything for this part of the world at all. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right, Tanana. The Bing data for certain parts in this part of the world is probably not fantastic because we are so remote. Mesh Love, you think you've seen that video? You probably have seen that video, Inspector, probably on Pornhub or something. Black Evo's saying, Asobo needs to work on their generic or texture missing replacement textures. They are not great. Absolutely. Absolutely, Black Evo. 100% agree with you there, mate. The only thing I can think is that maybe as we go slightly further north here, it may hopefully improve as we get towards the slightly more touristy areas. William, I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe that there is actually a freeware scenery mesh for the Maldives on flightsim.to. Could be wrong, but I just vaguely remember seeing something about Maldives mesh scenery being available. In fact, let me have a quick squiz now, seeing as I've got flightsim.to open, and I will be able to answer that question. Oh, really? I should have done more research on that. Well, that's annoying. We should have gone down to Antarctica from Ushuaia, where we were. Because there's actually airports you can download for Antarctica. Well, that's annoying. General scenery. No. Nature? No. Packages? Oh. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there isn't anything available for the Maldives. That's mildly disappointing, I must say. What I will start doing though is I will start, when I post a flight plan in the Discord, I will start also posting if there's any airports or meshes or whatever that are available in the route or the route or however you want to say it, depending on where you're from. Just so that people can have access to scenery upgraded airports and meshes and all that within the strings. Yeah, apologies, Bruden. I was a bit of a tease there. Yeah. Some overwater bungalows. Oh, there is a Maldives pack, but it's not that great. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. What I did notice, though, in my quick scroll there through the flightsim.to map is there is a lot of scenery upgrades available for the Pacific Islands. So that's quite good. But so our destination, not this evening, but in a couple of evenings' time, does not have an airfield. However, I think the one after that does have a scenery upgrade. So and then as we go deep into Chile, there is a lot of scenery, upgraded airports and airfields and meshes and general scenery, you know, improvements, etc. So that will be good to get involved with, Vruden says, while my internet was down, I turned every data option all the way up, and this looks 10 times better than it did 3 days ago. There you go, Vruden. There you go. Dylan Slater says, hi everybody. G'day Dylan, mate. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well there. Not a problem, Beluga. You look after yourself, good sir. Make sure any questions you have, you pop them in the Discord, or you can message me or whatever, and I'll endeavour to get an answer to you as soon as I possibly can. Tanana says, that was cool. The plane that just flew over cast a shadow on the DA40. Absolutely, Bruden. Tanana. God, there's too many people. the brain does not compute anymore. Landing challenges tonight, or will it be too late? Look, I'm not sure exactly, Tanana. However, it is already midnight. And I've had a few 4 a.m. nights in a row, so I am sort of hoping, especially seeing as tomorrow evening at the end of Shane's stream, I will be going live on air with Mr. Willie Canuck over at Sky Blue Radio, trying to avoid too late of a night. And I will make sure that I post that in the Discord and the chat right now. So if you feel like chilling out tomorrow after Shane's stream, listening to some music, chatting about flight simming and YouTubing and all that, and just hanging out in general with an absolute legend, Willie Canuck, I will be live on air with Willie Canuck tomorrow evening at 1300 Zulu. The show starts, so feel free to jump over. I've just dropped the press release in the YouTube chat there. I'm also going to drop it in the live and events in the Discord. If you follow the links in that press release, it will take you to the Discord area where everybody hangs out during the show and communicates with each other and chats about, you know, what might be occurring, and you can potentially make song requests and stuff like that as well. Whether or not they get played comes down to timing, but I would absolutely love to see you guys over there. I've done already one interview previously with Willie, and it was absolutely spectacular, and I cannot thank him enough for that, and giving me a second opportunity to do it as well is quite mind-blowing. And then, depending on how I'm feeling, I may then stream after the radio interview, because there is a small 1 hour flight after the radio interview that I could do. So the next leg leg 70 is a 1 hour journey. The only problem, I guess, with that would be that it will be 15 or 1600 Zulu, so quite late for the Australians. Probably quite good for the Europeans and the Americans. Hey, this is better scenery here now. And I'd say that's because we are now in some of the more famous touristy national park locations that there are. So, right now, hang on, where is LNM? We are flying over. Come on, Alan, little nav map. Work with me. So, we are over the Reserva Nacional Alacalufe. There you go, Reserva Nacional Alacalufe. Which I have no idea what that means, but I can only assume it means island or reserves of national something. I know, I'm a genius. You got a face for radio? Don't be so harsh on yourself there, Tanana. I'm sure it's not that bad. I'm not sure I've got the spontaneous conversational ability either. The previous radio interview I did with Willie was pre-recorded and played live. So this is actually going to be live. So... But I'm sure I'll be okay. Just the first 5 minutes or so I'll be like, oh wow, what the hell's going on? Alright, I might take this opportunity to just go to, as you can see, there's basically no water left in that. It's a little bit at the bottom, so I might take this opportunity to just go refill that. I shall return. Talk amongst yourselves, get to know each other, buy each other a coffee, maybe dinner out. Who knows what it might occur whilst I'm not here. I'm going to leave the screen open because the scenery is pretty spectacular. And in case there is people who are not flying along, obviously I want you guys to be able to enjoy it as well. I shall return. Alright, we have returned. David Jacko is fist bumping over a glass of water as usual. I think he's obsessed. Wow, this scenery certainly improved as we got further up into the more accessible locations, that's for sure. I think it might be worth grabbing a bit of a thumbnail here. Sorry, not a fist bumper. What's this? An elbow tap. COVID thing. Whatever it is, you know? Tap your elbows together and then sneeze into your elbows. Fantastic advice. Anyone who's in VR right now probably needs a mop and a clean up on aisle 3. If you say so, David, if you say so. Whatever helps you sleep at night there, Dave. You seem to have a weird black growth coming out of the mountain there. I guess, you know, once you go black, you never go back. And the mountain agrees. Yeah, look, what is it with David's and viewing that emoji as not an elbow bumping emoji? 2 Davids in the chat, both of them think it's not that at all. Which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or... It's erected, that's exactly right, Jason. It is an erected mountain. Where has everybody gone? Am I just flying that slow, or... Oh no, oh my god, there's people behind me. What's wrong with you guys? I'm usually the slow one. This scenery is, I mean, how many people would have in their own time, including myself, gone, oh yes, this is where I want to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, over this. I know I certainly wouldn't have. I would have been like, there's no airports or anything over there, you know, whatever, kind of focused on, but sort of being forced to go to these locations where it wouldn't normally fly. And bloody hell. What's a good thing? The fact that the Davids don't see the emoji for what it's for, or the fact that we're being forced to fly to locations that we wouldn't usually... So basically, Jason, we're heading out to the coast, then turning north, and then we'll be turning back east and heading back into Puerto Natales. And the reason for this is because I saw this out here, not actually on Bing Maps. I had satellite on Google Maps when I was doing a bit of traversing for making flight plans, and I was like, oh wow, we need to fly out over here, without really thinking at the time that some parts would be good and some parts would be, you know, so-so. Damn, we are 5 subscribers away from 200. That's insane. Definitely going to need to do a 200 subscriber giveaway. In fact, wouldn't it be amazing if we hit 200 subscribers before the next Cooking on the Fly? That would be absolutely phenomenal to group all of that into one stream. So if you legends do know of anyone who's looking for flight sim people to hang out with and fly along with and enjoy streams and all that, a bit of self-promotion right here, right now, do send them my way. Because we will definitely make something amazing of this 200 subscriber stream. Especially if we can link it in with the cooking. Yep, absolutely, Jason. I mean, we're at the mercy, unfortunately, of aerial photography. So I can only do so much. Tanana's saying there are a bunch of places to land in Alaska that would be great, like what some of the STOL planes in Microsoft Flight Simulator were built for, but I'm not sure they're modeled or have any sort of ICAO. Tanana, have you got any ideas on what these particular, like the ICAO would be for these particular locations? If you do, drop them in the chat. I'll copy and paste, and at the end of the stream, I'll have a quick look-see. And see if they exist, and if they do, I'll let you know. That's such a cool sound when you have planes coming behind you and you can hear them but you can't see them, and all there's, you know, it's just this background. Don't have ICAO codes, Tanana. The 3-letter identifier. Can you post a YouTube link? How do I allow you to do that? Because I'm cool with it, but there's got to be a way for me to allow you to do it, I think. That works. All good, Tanana. Once you've got it, I'll re-permit you, mate. Not a problem. Not a problem. So there you go. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you do ever need to, or you want to post a link or whatever, just ask me first. I can permit you to do things like that. Not a problem whatsoever. As long as you're not posting links to spam or whatever, if it's on topic with the conversation, absolutely. It does, Black Evo. Do you guys in the real world call it ICAOs, or do you refer to it as an ICAO? Like the legitimate version. Oliver says hello. G'day, Oliver, mate. Welcome to the stream. How are you going there? think about it. Did that work? Sorry guys, I just realised that something may not have worked the way I intended it to. Not to do with this stream. So, all good there. Oh no, it has worked. Okay. Cool. All good. Crisis averted. Not that there was any real crisis to begin with. Oh, you do call it an IKO. Okay, sweet. Be careful, Apple might try and trademark that because it's got an I at the start. Introducing the new IKO. I don't know what the IKO would do, but if you got in time, I will permit you now. There you go. Okay, YouTube chat has just like completely stopped. So if you have posted it, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, no link has been posted. I don't know why not, because I definitely permitted you to do it, so that doesn't make much sense. Let me see if... Yeah, that's really weird, Tanana. It hasn't even... So usually when things that are not meant to be posted get posted, it shows up in the Streamlabs chatbot. It hasn't even shown up in the Streamlabs chatbot. So that was my first port of call when you said you posted, because I was like, alright, it's not showing up in YouTube chat, I'll have a look in the chatbot. But it's not even showing up in there, which is weird. So I'm going to try it again. And hopefully this time it actually works. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my chatbot's on drugs, Tanana, so just might have to try it a couple of times, unfortunately. Yeah, some very spiky boys on the left. Yeah, it still hasn't shown up, so I'm not sure what the deal is there, Tanana. However, let me just see if I can try something else. Yeah, really, I'd say this is actually YouTube modding this and not me. Because YouTube likes to stick their fingers into everything that they possibly can. So, what I will do for you... Just trying to think of a way for you to get it to me, because you don't have a working Discord at the moment. Okay, I know what to do, Tanana. So, you should be able to figure out what the email for this channel is. So it's all lowercase, channel name, and then, yeah, so all lowercase, channel name, the good old symbol that is required in emails, and then it is a particular account that belongs to a particular search engine starting with G. So from that information, you should be able to figure out what the email address for the channel is. I just didn't want to really out it on stream, because obviously there's a risk of bots and all that sort of stuff. So feel free to send the link through to there, and I will check it in a couple of minutes. And then I'll be able to post it in the chat. You let me know when you're all refreshed there, Tanana, and let me know whether or not you received my information about how to get the link to me. GC Bound says, will there be a stream tomorrow morning? So, I currently have one scheduled, GC Bounds. It is currently scheduled for the wrong time. Because I wasn't exactly sure about timing at the time that I scheduled it. It will be moved to about 15 or 1600 Zulu if I do go ahead with it, simply because it will be being done after my radio interview with Sky Blue Radio with Willie Canuck, which follows Shane's stream. So possibly, but don't hold me to it. Drew says schedule. Yeah, schedule. Yeah, so drop the link into the email to send to the channel, Tanana, and I will put the link into the chat. By the way, Drew, mate, welcome to the stream, legend. You still haven't responded to my Discord message. I really just need a yes or a no so that I know where I stand on the question. If you could, that would be absolutely fantastic, amazing, and awesome. Thank you very much for your taking the time to respond. My brain didn't know how to finish that sentence. Yeah, schedule all of you. Get scared. No worries, GC Bounds, mate. Not a problem. All good. You have as much fun as you possibly can with the studying there, good sir. And hopefully, if I do decide to stream after the Sky Blue Radio thing tomorrow, I will see you there, hopefully. However, it'll be like 4 a.m. my time, so I don't know. Rudin says, I have a friend from the Philippines and he likes to say thank you very much for your kind consideration. Hey, actually, that's not a bad way to finish off what I was trying to say, Drew. So thank you very much for your kind consideration. Okay. Sorry, just having a look at little nav map. Interesting. Fair enough. Okay. Well. Thank you very much, Drew. Very, very, very appreciated. Appreciative? Whatever. Either one. Okay, hang on. I think I need to elaborate on the question I'm asking there, Drew. I don't think I said it correctly. Sorry. There we go. I rephrased it much better. Now that I read that, I sort of went, that was so brief and not to the point that I was trying to make that it would have been very, no, you shouldn't have to, sorry, Tanana, you shouldn't have to find the email. So basically, it is the name of the channel in lowercase with the email, you know, @ and then the finishing part of the address is related to a certain search engine starting with G. If that makes sense. You can also just put the name of the guy's channel into the chat if that works easiest for you, mate. Sometimes I overcomplicate things because they sound easy to me or it's the way I would go about it, but to others it may not be, so I do apologise for that. It is the techie millennial in me talking. You need to get out your secret spy decoder ring, Bruton. Oh, absolutely. Please do get out your secret spy decoder ring. Shout out to the absolute 27 legends of all of you that are watching and the 17 legends who have hit that like button. It means a lot. Cheers. The support is amazing that you guys provide every single stream. I cannot thank you enough. Oh, I need to come up with music as well for... Yes, okay. Cool. Right. Yeah. Cool. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Yeah, basically, Tanana, that's the best way of putting that, the way I explained it. 100%, mate. I showed you through the side door, but you were already sipping tea at the table. 100%. Sorry, that was just completely uncalled for. I do apologise. Damn. So some parts of this, the scenery is absolutely phenomenal. Other parts, yeah. Rudin, I can't imagine what you're seeing right now in VR, and same with you, Black Evo. If you've got the VR out, I cannot imagine what you are currently seeing over these more scenery-rich parts. So his name's Larry Bartlett. That's the YouTube channel name. The title of the video is Galvin's Restoration, a Broad Strokes version. Okay, let me have a look-see on YouTube now. Oh, yep. There we go, there's the link to Tanana's video that he was speaking about, which sounds pretty cool. On an in real life plane to get there, that would be awesome. Bruden wants to land somewhere, but that will put him further behind. I mean, Bruden, I'm already so far behind you. Does it really matter? Certainly was a good day for this flight. Certainly was a good day. Alright, I am going to go, and now that I've put 2 bottles of water into me in the last hour and 40 minutes, I'm now going to go and visit the little pilot's room, and I shall return in a momento. Really, David? I just read your message. Trying to get to a salmon farm down this way took 30 hours to travel 500 kilometres. That's insane. So you've actually been down this way in real life. You'd be able to give us a good sort of recollection of how does it look in comparison to what it does in real life. Is it pretty close? You know, obviously other than the areas that have got some really average texture in. The good news, Tanana, is if the airstrips are not included in the sim, there's a lot of freeware stuff on flightsim.to where they add in the airstrips that are not included as part of the sim. For example, New Zealand has a lot, Australia has a lot, the northern parts of Canada have a lot. So it wouldn't surprise me if Alaska has that as well. So I would definitely, you know, be very happy to go looking. Yeah, just as I said, Tanana, my bot is on some sort of drugs. Just let it do its thing. Effing insane, but so remote, extremely remote. I mean, you know, since we left Punta Arenas, I haven't seen a settlement or anything. And I can only assume that Punta Arenas and Puerto Natales are probably the two main towns that you access this part of the world with. I think it might be time to crack a beer. There we go. There's a sound that there we go. Oh. My green screen does not like the can because it's the same color. But cheers. Well, there you go, Tanana. Just more reason for you to build that computer that you keep talking about so you can get into Microsoft Flight Simulator and start playing around in that, because there's an editor included by, well, I won't necessarily call it an editor, but by default you can use developer mode to do, you know, little tweaks here and there, including, I believe, stuff like that. I could be wrong. Happy for somebody to put me on my place on that one as well, but I believe that is a thing. David is saying that one boat trip he took lasted 12 hours. I didn't see one single man-made object. Far out. That is remote. That is very remote. Cheers, Britton says, cheers, Bryce, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. I mean, I guess I really am starting in the morning, 12:46 a.m. The Breakfast of Champions is a Borough Brewing Co. Pale Ale. Shout out to Borough Brewing Co. I'm sure nobody from there probably watches these streams, but if they do, your beer is fantastic. Keep going. If there's anything we can help you with, Tanana, in relation to the computer or whatever, you know, be it advice on parts or anything like that, please do just, you know, ask in the chat, or when you get Discord working or whatever, ask in there. Or send an email to the email that I detailed to you before. Absolutely, Bruton, the cornerstone of a nutritious breakfast. That's exactly right. Had a bug try to go up my nose, which was not pleasant in any way, shape or form. Hey, Kangaroo is here, as so is Icarus. Kangaroo's in the Boeing 737 MAX. Get out of my nose, you freak. So the weather can only get warmer from where we are right now. At least until we get to sort of the top of South America, and then the weather's probably going to get colder again, because we're going to be entering to Central America and the United States in wintertime for them. That's what she said. Get out of my nose, you prick. Jesus Christ, Bruden, what sort of action are you getting there, mate? That's... say somebody's coming up on me, and they're flying over the top of me and then disappearing. Yeah, I guess no winter in Central America, but we will obviously, well, okay, I rephrased that slightly wrong. We'll get warmer until we get close to the United States of America, and then it will get very cold very quickly, I'd say. I am surprised at the lack of snow where we are currently flying, though, and I can only guess that the reasoning behind that is that the aerial imagery was taken during summer. Heading east when you get to North America? No, heading west. Yeah, it is summer in southern Chile right now, but because of where we are, like so south, means that it's still not going to be warm as such, you know? Once we get towards, you know, a little bit closer to Santiago, get sort of over the other side of the Andes, then, yeah, absolutely, it will get warmer. Yeah, very true. Also, very true. I'm just more talking about, like, we were, you know, a couple of it when we were, so last night when we were in Ushuaia, or however you say it, I'm really not good at pronouncing that one, but when we were there, we were only 4.5 in a GA aircraft hours flight from Antarctica. So we are close to, you know, as far south as you can possibly go. Our current latitude is 52 degrees. Well, actually, sorry, let me really make it. So we are 52 degrees south, 74 degrees west, latitude, longitude. Screaming 60s is that bit of ocean surrounding Antarctica. Yeah, 52 south. 52 south, so we are quite southern. how warm does it get down here in the height of summer, David? I can't imagine it would get that crazy hot. And I could imagine that winter is just freezing every day. I mean, the fact that it's spring, I'm 3,600 feet in the air, and the external air temperature is like 5 degrees Celsius, kind of tells me that, you know, on the ground it's probably, what, 8, 9, 10 degrees Celsius at the very maximum. And we're 6 weeks from summer. Vruden, geez, how long have I been flying the wrong way? I have no clue. Honestly, mate, I have absolutely no clue. But I can still see you, so you can't be that far off course. That's true, Tanana. Very true. I mean, we all know that the globe, the countries in the northern part go a lot closer to the Arctic than they do in the south. I mean, you know, how close is the UK to places like Iceland and Greenland, which are literally Arctic, you know, and then you've got the Scandinavian countries as well, where the top parts of all the Scandinavian countries are what you would consider Arctic. Yeah, whereas, you know, the closest places to Antarctica would be Ushuaia, where we were in Argentina, you know, the very bottom of Tasmania, Australia, Stewart Island or Invercargill in New Zealand, or like Hearn Island or the bottom of South Africa. So it's a much larger distance. Oh, is that all? Okay, Vruden, all good, mate. Also, Vruden, would you like me to... I know you don't use Discord very much, if at all. Would you like me to email you the flight plans when I make them? Before the leg, so you can just load it into your sim, so you don't have to go searching or asking, you know, so that it's all set up for you. I'd be more than happy to do that, mate. Okay. Well, the option's there for you, mate, if you ever decide you want me to do that. I'm more than happy to email you the .pln files for the leg that we're doing when I set up the stream. No worries, all good. All good, Vruden. Yeah, absolutely no reason that the north and south should be equal at all, Tanana. That's very true. Could you, like, I mean, already in the north you have so many issues, you know, in the wintertime with lack of light and all that. And the sun definitely, and the way that the Earth rotates on the axes and all that, could you imagine how dark you know, if there was countries down, you know, closer to Antarctica. Could you imagine how dark those places would be in winter? Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that video, Tanana. Absolutely. If Dan Random's impressed, it means I'm probably going to be impressed as well. I thought for a moment that the stream had buffered, and I was like, oh, don't you dare. But no, we seem to be good. We seem to be good. We must be close to the turn. We are. So at the turn, we are then 63 nautical miles from our destination airport, where Calling Pigeon has already landed. Bloody hell. I don't know what Calling Pigeon has fueled his aircraft with, but it must be some sort of direct injection methanol. Light issues are the same at both latitude equivalents. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You're at almost 65 degrees north, 65 degrees south is in the middle of a raging torrent of a nasty sea. Right, yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Wow, 65 degrees north, you really are Arctic almost, aren't you? Vera is 62 degrees north. Wow, so many of you are so close to the cold parts of the world. Calling Pigeon. Oh, very good, very good. Well done, well done. That is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I'm just quite mesmerized by the scenery we've just turned over. This is very, very good. Really? I wasn't aware of that, Tanana. Aurora Australis and Aurora Borealis are mirror images in real time. Wow. I honestly have not actually witnessed Aurora Australis personally. I know people who have witnessed Aurora Australis personally. You really have to get, you know, a remote location with very little light pollution, with very clear night sky to be able to see it. supposedly people in Tasmania and the more eastern seaboard part of Victoria tend to see it more regularly than those who are closer to the cities, which I guess makes a lot of sense because of light pollution. But has anyone seen Aurora Australis or Aurora Borealis in the chat or on the stream right now? I'd absolutely love to know. And you know, have you got any photos that you can pop in the Discord or anything if you have seen it? From Flinders. That's pretty cool, Jace. I'm surprised. That's pretty close to the city. Ah, Beera's in Finland. No way. That's awesome. I don't know if you've said that before, Beera, but that's cool. Probably one of my favourite European countries I've ever travelled to is Finland. Helsinki is a city like no other. Got photos on your Facebook if you want to have a look. So you want me to stalk your Facebook, hey Jace? Okay, I'm sure I can do that. I see what you're saying now, Cameron. I'm assuming Aurora is the wife. Very well done. Either that or she's the kid, or I don't know. She's definitely somebody who lives in the same house as you, though. I will say this though, when I did go to Finland, everybody tried to speak Suomi to me because they thought I was Finnish or Scandinavian with the, you know, pale skin and the blonde hair and all that, which was interesting because I don't understand Suomi. Also, can people hear the music? Like, because I can barely hear the music, so I just want to make sure. I know we're 2 hours and a bit into the stream, and it's probably a really stupid time to ask the question, but probably should have asked, I don't know, 2 hours ago. But do let me know how the music is coming through. And the other thing that I found very interesting, Beera, is that a lot of people in Finland have the same last name that I do, which It's almost like my last name is like a Smith or a Nguyen or whatever. A bunch of Aurora photos from the last Solar Maximum, oldish camera, mediocre lenses, none of it was worth publishing, sadly. Sean Atkins says music is low. G'day, Banjo. How you going, mate? Thank you very much for the that should have solved the issue, hopefully. Feeling that these mountains might be getting higher over here, and that might cause a problem. But I'll deal with that problem when it comes time, I guess. If you are in Australia and you do come across Burra Brewing Co., if you haven't had it before, do yourself a favour. It's pretty bloody delicious, the stuff that they make. I'm a big fan of their stuff. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would, but you know, maybe one day. Rudin is trying to decide whether to fly over it or fly around it. What about if you fly through it? Go Shane style, just straight in, you know. Oh, that's awesome, Sean. So cool. Harvesting potatoes on Farm Simulator, hey? Getting your eye in for the channel Farm Sim in a month. That'll be mint. Mint. You're not certified for controlled flight into terrain, Bruton? Oh, that's a shame. How's the, anyone who's still on live weather, how's the live weather over at Puerto Natales? Because, I mean, obviously I am going to go back to live weather, but I want to wait until the scenery has disappeared before I go doing that. Dan Random says, have a great night, everyone. Dan, you too, mate. You look after yourself, good sir. Get some well-deserved rest, and shall catch you round the streaming traps soon, good sir. Thank you very much for coming along. It's been a pleasure to have you along, sir. Why would you want to do it in a game, Tanana? Because in the thought process of what we're thinking, it'll be a channel-based thing where everybody is involved in the working of the farm, the virtual farm within the farm sim. Doesn't cost any money in real life other than the purchase of the game. If we make a mistake, we can start again. You know, that's probably one of the major attractions to being able to do things within the virtual world. Same with the trucking, you know, yes, you get damage if you run into things, but in the end of the day, you know, you're not damaging your real life truck. I'm calling Pigeon, I didn't even realise you were stuck in slew mode. I obviously missed that message, mate. Apologies. I would turn out, but I'm not actually looking to be cured of simming a farm. It's just something fun to do, you know, outside of life. But calling Pigeon, did you at least get videos of you doing your amazing aerobatics caused by, or acrobatics or whatever, caused by slew mode? Live weather is dark? What do you mean live weather is dark? That's exactly right, Sean. Same thing. I don't have a farm in real life. I don't have the money to own a farm in real life right now. Would I love to own a farm in real life? Absolutely. But, until that's a thing that can potentially become a reality, guess what? Farm sim works brilliantly. Just gonna clear this. Oh my god. That is insane. Incredibly close. Dangerously close. This is insane scenery right now. I'll have to climb for the next one. About what height are you suggesting there, Black Evo? Like 4.5-ish or something? Oh, 6,000, really? Okay, cool. No worries. Better start climbing now. Oh, absolutely, David. I've got every single flight plan already set up to make sure that we go within as close as possible distance as we can with the volcanoes. Obviously, understanding that we have GA aircraft and they may not actually be able to achieve the altitudes that the volcanoes are at. But 100%, it will be absolutely awesome. Might be an idea for a new kind of challenge, recover from blind slew mode setting. I mean, hey, why not? Let's add it to the challenges list. My family was so much more interesting than I am. So harsh on yourself there, mate. You know, I'm sure you've got absolutely wonderful things going for you. You dirty slews? Yeah, I know, Fozzie. I need to go and have a shower and wash the slew off of me. As in your house that was around here, David, was in Vulcan Osorno in Puerto Natales. Is that right? Am I pronouncing that relatively correctly? Sort of, maybe, kinda. No, I was reading your comments about being a civic engineer and all that, and being a farmer in the Dust Bowl. Don't worry, I read everything that gets put in the chat. I just don't necessarily read it all out. He sounds like an absolutely fantastic fellow. You're fine, Tanana. You are absolutely fine, mate. This chat is a safe space for everyone to chat about whatever they want. North from here, you'll probably get there in a few more legs. The next one goes to El Calafate, or something like along those lines. El Calafate, yeah, whatever. Caliphate. If that gives you a better idea of where we're sort of headed. I guess you could say, David, that the word of the day is legs, and it just comes down to how long until we spread them. Or how long until we spread it, should I say. I get the feeling that it's sort of just going to come over the other side of this mountain, and it's just going to be like, oh, by the way, you've got to land now. So we're going to have a bit of a look at live weather, and we're going to make an educated decision or an uneducated decision. Once we get it, oh, actually, I should probably allow us to at least clear these mountains before I go throwing in wind and rain and thunder and lightning and whatever the hell else might be occurring. Inspector T69 says, good night everyone, bedtime now for me, take care, Inspector, mate. Thank you very much for coming along, I hope you did enjoy the flight. I know I certainly enjoyed having you here. You make sure you get some good rest and look after yourself, and catch you later, mate. Snowballs don't fly very well. Yes, very true, Tanner. Very true. They do not. They do not fly very well. Okay, I need to drop it like it's hot. Yeah. Okay. Not too bad, I guess. Not too bad, I guess. Other than the 75 knot crosswind that's coming directly at the front of the aircraft, not too bad, not too bad. Wow, it is rough. I'm hoping that the crosswind at the actual airport is not 74 knots. So the active is runway 28, so I'll be coming around the airport and landing at 28. Okay, cool. Aircraft, would you like to lose some bloody height? I might end up taking manual control here in a sec so that we can go out and around. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a manual. I'm not watching the chat on the YouTube for about a minute or so here whilst I just sort out my positioning on little nav map, and then I'll bring myself back over to the YouTube. Just got to do it like this because Track IR kept crashing on me earlier on. Very, very picturesque part of the world, though, I must say. It really is.
We can pretend that we're just friends, yeah. But who are we kidding?
Alright, now that I've got a good idea of whereabouts we are, bring back the YouTube chat so now I can see what people are saying again. Never find out what the slew key is. Why not? The question is, Black Evo, are you a serial slewer in real life as well, or is that where you draw the line? They're not points of interest, believe it or not, Tanana. They're just suburbs or cities within the sim, or airports. They're just markers that say there's an airport here, or there's a city here, or there's a suburb here, or there's a town here. They are not, yeah. There we go. People seem to get bagged a little bit when they use it. Not at all. I think everybody uses slew mode, David. It's just funny because Air Force Proud a while back sort of did this sketch on one of his channels, you know, where he's sort of like, slew mode, what is this disease? Or, you know, how did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? And people have always just sort of looked at slew mode as something funny sort of ever since, especially those who were involved within the flight sim community.
Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly, Black Evo. It's friendly banter. We all use slew mode.
For a pass out, I'm too lonely to be done on my drink at this page. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we
There we go.
An option to be someone else I would, and let go of you. I know that
Is anybody else left to land, or am I lucky last as usual?
when I had the chance, maybe it will pass by. Someone save me for a pass out. I'm too lonely to be done. I'm a drink at this page.
Yeah, exactly right, Black Eva. There is no right, there is no wrong. It is a simulator. That is the whole point. It allows you to simulate various scenarios and all that. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of leg number 69. Nice. Here from Punta Arenas over here to Puerto Natales. I hope you guys did enjoy the flight as much as I did, except for that first little patchy part with the graphics. I thought the graphics on that flight was just, and the scenery to look at was just quite mind-blowing. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Shout out to William Kelly for the subscription. Thank you very much, mate. Very, very much appreciated. To the rest of you absolute legends who have just continued to support the channel, flying, chatting, being involved in all ways. Thank you very much as well. The support certainly doesn't go unnoticed. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, wherever you are in the world, you make sure that you look after yourself, you stay safe, you stay well, and you don't do anyone I wouldn't do. And I will hopefully see you legends in Shane's stream tomorrow, possibly over at Willie Canuck in Sky Blue Radio as well. I'd love to see you guys over there. And if I do decide that I'm still energetic enough after that to put in a small hour and a bit stream, maybe I'll catch some of you over there as well. But until next time, legends, adios, amigos.
But I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I still care about us. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, I know that it's difficult dealing with emotions, but I want you to know that you'll always be on my mind, even in the hard times. I care about you. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, love you a little bit more. 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 How do you move on when everything is wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what you said. I just wanna love you